It's time again for the Science Bowl.
Zoo Parade for 5. What big teeth the hippo has are actually a pair of these. Science Potpourri for 10. Would a snake most likely eat every day? Every week, Dateline Science for 10. Why are some elephants wearing necklaces these days? Green things for 15.
And now, here's your host, Mr. Z himself, Dave Zarin.
Thank you and welcome to the Science Bowl, an important game today. We're down to the Final Four. Yes, the middle school championship is right ahead. The second of our two semifinal games today between two outstanding teams. Let's meet them right now. First from Greenbelt Middle School, would you please say hello to Hannah Abraham, Chloe Mshana, and Noah Strauss-Riggs. And from Martin Luther King Jr. Middle School, say hello to Trevor Bateman, Joey Baylor, and Krish Patel. And now here are the categories of questions we use on the Science Bowl.
Okay, Mr. Z, here's today's categories. Green Things, questions about plants and all things green and growing. Zoo Parade, a Noah's Ark of questions about animals. Body Systems, we'll see how much you know about yourself, about things like breathing and growing and digesting your food. Let's Get Physical, questions that test your knowledge of physics and chemistry, earth science and space science. Then there's Science Potpourri. Here's a grab bag of science questions, everything from air pollution to the kitchen sink. And finally, Dateline Science. We'll ask you about science history and science in the news.
And here on the Science Bowl, we arrange our game board according to question difficulty, with easier questions on the left worth 5 and 10 points, the tougher ones worth 15, 20, and the toughest of them all worth 25 points. We started teams out at 50 points apiece, no penalties ever for incorrect answers. And at the end of the 2 rounds today, we will have the second of our finalists. And all of our students here today, because they are part of the Final Four, will be taking home Audubon field guides. We have a variety of topics. We have rocks and minerals, we have reptiles, we have insects, we have birds. And the winning team today, the team that takes home the championship, has a plaque for their school and individual plaques for all of the members of the teams, including the alternates. So a lot at stake today. In our first semifinal matchup, Walker Mill emerged. So who will Walker Mill play for the county championship? It will be either Martin Luther King or Greenbelt. So those are the stakes today. Greenbelt, would you try your buzzer? All right, Chloe, looks and sounds good. Good luck to you and to Noah and to Hannah. And Joey, boy, that's a group push over there. How about the green teams? All right, A-OK as well. Good luck to you and to Krish and to Trevor. Are we ready? All right. Congratulations on making it this far in the competition. I know we're going to have a great game. Greenbelt, let's start it out. Go.
Green Things for 10.
Green Things for 10 points. Teams, if you put peanut butter on a stalk of celery and dot it with raisins, they call it... Greenbelt?
They're on a log, or ants on a log.
They are ants on a log. That's not quite what I wanted. Martin Luther King, thanks to Noah, we now know that peanut butter on a stalk of celery is known as ants on a log. Those raisins are actually dried what?
Grapes.
Grapes, that's the right answer. That's where we were headed. Okay, go green.
Zoo Parade for 15 points.
Zoo Parade for 15 points. Teams, the late Senator John McCain, speaking about the Russia probe, said, "Every time we turn around, another shoe drops from this arthropod." Joey? What you got?
I'm going to go with centipede.
That's exactly right. Yes, I was about to say an arthropod whose name means 100 feet. Good. Green.
Green Things for 15 points.
Green Things for 15. Teams, just almost as different as every snowflake are these grains covered with, yes, Greenbelt.
Pass to Hannah.
What you got?
Weeds or
Weeds?
Not weeds.
Wheat?
Not wheat.
Weeds.
No. Martin Luther King, almost as different as every snowflake is, so too are these grains covered with cellulose and pectin that are the means of reproduction of all plants.
Oh, fruit. Fruit.
Pollen grains is what I was after there. Go again, green.
Body systems for 15 points.
Body systems for 15 points. Teams, Freddie Mercury in the recent movie Bohemian Rhapsody had a very odd smile. He said, I have supernumerary teeth. He actually had 4 extra of these front. Martin Luther King.
Canines?
Not canines. He had 4 extra, Freddie Mercury did. He had supernumerary extra teeth, 4 extra of these front teeth.
The cuspids? The
Incisors. Incisors are your front teeth. Go again, Green.
Let's get physical for 15 points.
15 points. All right, teams, a xeromorph, Xeromorph. A xeromorph is a plant that can do very well in salty soil and also soil that has a very high pH. Greenbelt?
it's a basic soil, or there's a lot.
Give me another word.
Alkaline.
Alkaline, that's what I want. Good. Green, or red rather, go.
Science potpourri for 10.
Science potpourri for 10 points. All right, team. Today we're all talking about AI, artificial intelligence. But there's been a group around for years called SETI, the Search for Intelligence. That is what? What's the ET, Martin Luther King?
Extraterrestrial.
Yeah, that's it. Good. Green, go.
DATELINE science for 15 points.
DATELINE science for 15 points. Teams, if I have seen farther, it is by standing on the shoulders of giants. So said Chloe. Who said it? Martin Luther King. If I have seen farther than others, it is because I have stood on the shoulders of giants. This man, who is buried next to Stephen Hawking in Westminster Cathedral, is also associated with the laws of motion.
Oh, Isaac Newton.
Isaac Newton, that's right. That would be he. Good. Green.
Science potpourri for 15 points.
Potpourri for 15 points. Teams, there was a famous physics study done years ago that said conclusively that bees cannot fly. Of course, the bees did not read the report. They are more aerodynamic than they look. I'll give you the points if you can spell.
A-E-R-O-D-Y-N-A-M-I-C.
That is correct. Yes, aerodynamic. You got it. Okay, go Green.
Let's get physical for 20 points.
Physical for 20 points. Teams, different forms of a chemical element. Yes, Chloe?
Isotopes.
Yeah, isotopes. Thank you, Hannah. Good answer. Good, go.
Body systems for 20.
Body systems for 20 points. Teams, the tympanum in a grasshopper is similar to what sense organ in humans? Martin Luther King.
Nose?
No. The tympanum in a grasshopper is similar to what organ in us?
The ears.
The ear, yeah, the tympanic membrane, the eardrum. Good. Red. Go.
Zoo parade for 10.
Soup parade for 10 points. Teams, move over, mice. They're no longer the favored lab animals. Now, yes. Greenbelt.
Rats.
No, not rats, Martin Luther King. The mice, forget them. Now the favored lab animal is this most intelligent of invertebrates that is also a cephalopod.
Octopus?
Octopus, yes, they're using octopi in labs. All right, the buzzer is rung. We've come to the end of the first round. Boy, it is a close game. Greenbelt is at 105, Martin Luther King at 125. We'll be back with round 2 in just one moment. Don't you go away. And welcome back to Science Bowl. Yes, this is the second of our semifinal matches leading up to the county championship for the middle schools. We started with 16. We came down to the final 4. In our first semifinal game, Walker Mill emerged victorious, and today's winner will take on Walker Mill for that county championship. And if either of these schools wins, it will not be the first time that's happened. Greenbelt was the winner back in 2016, and in 17 and 18, the past 2 years, it was Martin Luther King. So these are traditional rivals here. Let's go over and talk to our players about their schools. Chloe, tell us about Greenbelt Middle. Who's your principal?
Dr. Valentine.
Absolutely, and is very much behind you guys. And who's the sponsor of your team?
Miss Pugginson.
Yes, and a lot of you listed that she's your favorite teacher because of the things she does in class. And boy, I hope you've told her that she's your favorite, because that means everything to a teacher. Any alternates on your team?
We have Ruby, Maya, and Fiona.
So you got a shadow team back there. That's cool. Tell Tell us something about Greenbelt Middle School. It's a relatively new school. What do you like about the place?
Really, there's just, you can pursue anything that you're interested in because we have a new dance program which was recently added, and we have arts integration with technology and art, or you can go to the STEM courses with, we have Science Bowl, and there's also Mad Scientist Club, and there's also just so many different things that you can do to really pursue what you're interested in.
Wow, you could do my job. You communicate so well. I mean, you're a great spokesman for the school there, and I want to go to that school after listening to you. Tell me what you do in your spare time, Chloe.
I really like reading, and also just, I mean, I also do debate, and it's just, I really like speaking and reading, so.
It shows. You're a wonderful speaker. You have great stage presence. You're a great captain. What do you want to do when you get older?
A research psychologist.
Very nice. All right. Very nice. And Noah, you've got some thoughts about the future as well. What are they?
Well, I want to do something related to music, but I'm also really interested in history. So I thought maybe being a music professor or something.
Yeah. And you're a violinist, are you not? Yeah.
Play violin and also Irish fiddle.
Wow. So you're a very talented young man. And you played on our show when you were in elementary school. You were an alternate, weren't you? Yeah, for Glen Arden Woods, correct?
Yep.
And Hannah, you were on the Glen Arden Woods team, were you not?
Yes.
Did you win the county championship?
Yes.
Yeah, so see, you're used to this. You were, wow, a champ in elementary, and were you on the middle school team? No, not in 2016.
No.
Oh, so this would be a first for you.
Yeah.
All right. You're a wonderful player. Nice to have you back. Tell us your story. What do you want to do someday?
Astrophysicist, because there's like so much that we don't know, and like there's so much that's like dark matter and dark energy. Like there's so little the universe that we can discover, but it's also so much, and it's just so fascinating.
I think our brains, as wonderful as they are, they really can't comprehend the size of what's out there and the scope and all of the unknowns that are out there. What do you do in your spare time?
I like reading and solving riddles.
Yeah, you have a good speaking voice as well. Martin Luther King, some young men over here who have been with us. We've watched them grow up on the show. Joey, this is your 4th year with us?
Yep.
Yep. In elementary school, who did you play for?
I played for Vansville.
Vansville, that's right. And Trevor, I know you were with Bond Mill. And Chris, you were not there in elementary school. We won't hold that against you. Joey, tell us about MLK. Who's your principal?
Our principal is Dr. Floyd Cooper.
Wonderful. And she's relatively new, but she's a great supporter of Science Bowl, and we appreciate that. And the sponsor of your team?
Our sponsor is Miss Butler.
The one and only, Elizabeth Butler. And she has done such a remarkable job over the years. Thank you, Elizabeth, for everything you've done for our show here. Any alternates, Joey?
Yes, we have 3. Kevin Kriske, we have Jonathan Curtis, and we have Carolyn Appleby.
Wonderful. They'll be out in just a few moments' time here. Something special about your school?
Well, we think our school is very, very balanced. It provides a lot of support and a lot of opportunities in the areas of both academics and athletics, and a lot of extracurriculars such as band. We have a jazz band, which is amazing. I know I'm a part of it, but we have.
Pat yourself on the back.
We have. We just started National Junior Honor Society. We have our own chapter, and that's working to improve things all around our school. We have an environmentalist club. We have DI, our team that me and Trevor and I are part of. We have a lot of opportunities, and it's very well balanced.
Wow, I want to go to that school as well. You're a great spokesperson too, Joey, and. You've always been a terrific player here. We love having you back, and this is your last year. This is it. Yeah, and you can brag about yourself. Yeah, that's fine. Now, what instrument do you play?
I play 2 instruments. I play trumpet and I play guitar.
Wonderful. And professional aspirations, same as Hannah. You want to go into astrophysics,
Yep.
right?
Astrophysics or aeronautical engineer. I want to be the one who gets all of our first person on Mars.
Wow.
That is my goal.
That is a wonderful goal. Do you want to be that
hot.
person on Mars?
No.
No, okay. Chris, nice to have you with us today. You tell us you like to read, and what else do you like to do?
I like to play games. I really like to learn, though. It's really fascinating to know something that you don't, and just opening your mind. When you're younger, you can learn a lot more compared to when you're older. There's a brain growth, paper done, and I was just really fascinated by it. It's when you're younger, you have more ability. Your mind is more open, and it's more, you could say, free, and you learn a lot more at a quicker pace. But when you're older, it's just harder. I just want to learn as much as I can, just not about myself, but other people. That's why I find psychiatry really interesting, and it's really fun to help people.
That's the right attitude about life. And even when you get older, because I'm in that other part of the demographic there, you know, the wow factor never goes away. You know, sometimes you find out, think, wow, I never knew that. And that's that kind of curiosity that keeps you young. Nice to have you here. Trevor, nice to have you here. When you were on the Bond Mill team, did you get close to the championship ever?
I think we were in the final 8.
Okay, well that's starting out with 40 schools. That's pretty darn good. Yeah, and Bond Mill there, and one of the final 4 this year. So your alma mater is going to be right in the thick of things. What do you want to do someday?
I either want to be a microbiologist or I want to do something with computer engineering or computer sciences.
Wow, so you've got some lofty and noble ambitions as well. What do you do in your spare time?
You
play soccer, I know.
Yeah, I play soccer. I do Destination Imagination. I do Science Bowl as well. I also do fencing.
You also do?
Fencing.
Fencing.
The sport.
On guard?
Yep.
Very nice, very nice. All right, guys, let's get back into the game. You're all playing a great game. Stay with me for another 10 minutes. Last correct answer came from Joey. Lots of points left. Go.
Dateline Science for 20 points, please.
Dateline Science for 20 points. Teams, it was back in 1963 that Dr. James Henry performed the first pulmonary transplantation. Martin Luther King.
No, lung.
Lung, the first lung ever transplanted into a human being. Yes, go.
Science Potpourri for 20 points, please.
Potpourri for 20 points. Teams, if you come, please turn the light out there. If you come across someone who is obviously having difficulty, their face seems to sag, one arm is hanging. Chloe?
A stroke?
Yeah, they're having a stroke. Yeah, like Luke Perry, the FAST acronym. Face, arm, slurred speech, call 911. Time to do it. Go, Red.
Green things for 5.
Green things for 5 points. Teams, good thing for these trees that squirrels forget where they bury.
Oak trees?
Oak trees, where they bury a lot of their acorns. That's right. Thank you, Hannah. Go, Chloe.
Zoo parade for 5.
Zoo parade for 5 points. Teams, in the Ice Age movies, Diego and Scrat have what same dentition? They have what same dentition?
They, on their temple, they have on their beaks, they have it.
Ah, you're circling around it. Martin Luther King, what same dentition do Diego and Scrat have in the Ice Age movies?
Buck teeth.
They have saber teeth. They are saber-toothed squirrels and saber-toothed tigers. Aha, now y'all know it. Okay, go again, Red.
Body systems for 5, please.
Body systems for 5 points. If I told you right now that if you win this game, we will give you $10,000, you'll say, Mr. Z, you're just pulling my what? Greenbelt.
Leg.
My what?
Leg.
No. Did she say it? Yeah, leg. Leg it is. All right, good, go. I thought leg, pulling your leg. Leg. Okay, go.
Let's get physical for 10.
Let's get physical for 10 points. A little joke for you. Play along with me if you would. Unlike when you mix baking soda with vinegar, when I told a chemistry joke recently, I got no what?
Reaction.
I got no what, Joey?
Reaction.
I got no reaction. That's it. Go. Green.
Zoo parade for 20 points.
Zoo parade for 20. All right. This is a visual question. Look at the monitor, please, in the studio. This horned frog, thought to be extinct, was recently discovered again. It is also, part of its name, it's also known as one of these because it has pouches on its Greenbelt?
Marsupial?
Yeah, it's the hornmost marsupial frog. Good. I thought you were going to say kangaroo. I'm glad you went the way you did. Good. Go.
Let's get physical for 5, please.
Physical for 5 points. Tie score, 155 all. Let's get physical for 5 points. Pinocchio's Jiminy Cricket said, makes no difference who you are when you wish.
Past Noah.
Upon a star.
Upon a star, exactly right. Good. Thank you, Noah. Go.
Science potpourri for 5, please.
Potpourri for 5 points. Teams, this kind of lens is favored by, yes.
Concave.
Not concave. Greenbelt, this kind of lens is favored by detectives and laboratory scientists because the convex lens focuses the light rays.
Magnifying.
Magnifying glass. That's it. Good. Red.
Dayline science for 5, please.
Dayline science for 5 points. Recently, up in Boston at the New England Aquarium, an octopus named Inky got out of his tank, went down a drain pipe, and made it to the Atlantic Ocean?
Since it escaped, there was a lot of ink in the ocean.
Martin Luther King. Inky, by climbing out of the tank, this octopus, getting into a drain pipe, and getting into the Atlantic Ocean, mimicked what animated, fictitious clownfish.
Oh, Nemo.
Nemo. That's right. Go green.
Green things for 20 points.
Green things for 20 points. Teams, carpal is a homonym. If you spell it C-A-R-P-A-L, it is a bone in your wrist. C-A-R-P-E-L is another name for this female part of the flower. King.
Pistol.
Pistol. Good. Go.
Green things for 25 points.
Green things for 25. Teams, play along with me again. Kind of jokey. The answer, you have to give me the answer and you have to spell it. Listen carefully. If you've got a really tough question, you could ask Alexa. Or if you have a plant, you can ask the plant, because atop the stamens are these parts that hold the pollen. Red.
The anther.
Spell it. Hannah.
A-N-T-H-E-R.
Judges, yes indeed. The plants have the anther. Yes, the answers or anthers. Good answer. I'm glad you got that one. Go red. Let's turn that light out. Go Chloe.
Body systems for 10, please.
Body system for 10 points. Teams, your body's cardiac and pyloric sphincters are at opposite ends of this digestive organ. King.
The esophagus.
No. Good try. The cardiac and pyloric sphincters are at the opposite ends of this digestive organ. Greenbelt.
Your intestine. Your intestine.
Your stomach. The cardiac up near the heart and the pyloric down near the intestine. All right. 190, 180. Last correct answer was from the green team. Is that correct, judges? That's what I thought. Okay, so let's flip this light here on my podium. So it was the red team. All right, Chloe, go.
Daylight science for 10, please.
Dateline for 10 points. Recently, everybody cheered when the Falcon rocket made it into space with a space capsule and it returned to Earth. So you might say that SpaceX's Elon Musk learned how to train his what? Martin Luther King.
Spaceship, bird, falcon. I have to pick one.
No. Greenbelt, atop the Falcon rocket, was a space capsule which was taken into space. It was returned properly. So you might be able to say that SpaceX's Elon Musk learned how to train his what?
Dragon,
because that was the name of the space capsule atop the Falcon. That's it. Because you were saying, hey, can't possibly be it. Go red.
zoo parade for 25, please.
Zoo parade for 25. All right, the big one in that category. Teams, a lot of animals have claws. But birds of prey like eagles, king.
Talons.
They have talons. Yes. That's it. Good. Go.
Body systems for 25 points.
Body systems for 25 points. Teams, shingles, which is a disease that afflicts people long after they get chickenpox as kids.
It causes
the skin to flake off?
Not quite. Martin Luther King, shingles, which follows chickenpox in later years, oftentimes mostly affects the skin. But if you have the herpes zoster ophthalmicus, the shingles can be found in your what?
It's not in your skin. Mouth.
Your eye. Ophthalmicus was your clue. Go again, green.
Let's get physical for 25 points.
Physical for 25 points. All right, this is a visual question. If you look at the monitor in the studio, please. Clouds of dust and gas in outer space. Martin Luther King.
Nebula?
It is a nebula. Yes, that is the Elephant Trunk Nebula. The most famous one is, of course, the Horsehead Nebula. 230 to 200. 50 points remaining. Greenbelt, you need them both. Martin Luther King, you choose.
Science potpourri for 25 points.
Potpourri for 25 points. Listen carefully. While some people might think that F equals MA is a text abbreviation, Greenbelt.
It's force equals mass times acceleration, which is the Newton's second law of motion. It's an equation.
No, good try. F equals MA looks like a text abbreviation, but it is actually one of these. It is a physics what?
physics.
Formula.
Well, they already said formula. It is a physics equation.
It's what Trevor said. Formula. Formula. Last question of the game. Dateline Science for 25 points. Teams, recently something very odd happened. A boy and a girl were born and they are identical twins. They are sesquizygotic twins. 1 egg, 2 sperm, split in half, so they are 75% the same. They are considered identical twins. But if boy and girl twins are different, they're known as these kinds of twins. Greenbelt.
Fraternal.
Fraternal it is, and we have run out of time and points, and it looks like, by a hair, Martin Luther King is going to the finals. We'll be right back. Welcome back. What a nail-biter that one was. Just like our first semifinal game, the lead kept going back and forth, and all of these young people, not only are they excellent students, they are great sports too. They've been cheering each other on. What 6 young people we had here today. Our final tally is Greenbelt 225, Martin Luther King 230 by 5 points. Congratulations. You are headed to the finals. Trevor, Joey, and Krish. And look at their alternates back there. Kevin waved everybody, Kevin. Jonathan, Carolyn, Dr. Floyd Cooper. I know how proud you are to be here. And as I said, the one and only Elizabeth Butler, winners in 2017, 2018, and maybe 2019. They're going for the three-peat. Greenbelt, let's see some smiles. I loved having you guys here. Hannah and Chloe and Noah, you played a super game. Their alternates are back there. Fiona, wave Fiona. Maya and Ruby, Miss This, the academic coordinator, and Miss Butler's best friend, Manuela Pagunson, and even more now than before. So nice to have you all here today. So, the middle school final, Walker Mill and Martin Luther King Jr. We will see you then. Bye-bye now.